All right, let's move on to our second last game, the Sunday nighter, which is Bengals and Giants. Quarterback, 16th best matchup for Joe Burrow, 5th best matchup for Danny Dimes. I've got Burrow at 4, which is the highest I've had him all year, and I've got Daniel Jones at 14, also the highest I've had him all year. I guess if I have any players on these teams, I just kind of hope they continue to play the current level of defense they don't play, and just there's tons of offense here. Thoughts?
Yeah, you start them both up. I'm the same with you. Burrow 3, Daniel Jones 14. You got to play both of these guys, especially with bye weeks. Daniel Jones is in a ton of my super flex lineups.
Yeah, like it sucks that I put Daniel Jones above CJ Stroud, but that's where we're at this week.
Yeah.
It's a really good matchup for him. And Joe Burrow's playing lights out. I remember all the injury discourse this offseason about, his wrist is blah, blah, blah. Joe Burrow is like, yeah, dude, I don't care. I'm just a really good quarterback. So, yeah, I have him at QB. I think he's QB4. I love Joe Burrow this week. It's a really good matchup. We saw as long as they can hold up against the pressure, the Giants will struggle defensively. Unlike the Seahawks, I think the Burrow and the Bengals can hold up, so it'll be fun.
Yikes. Isn't fantasy football fun? But that's all the more reason why I hate trading in some of these leagues, because you have guys like, I get it. This guy was able to transition and start, realize values change. But I've got the guys where it's like, I'll trade you this guy for that guy. Well, I can't. I drafted this guy in the 3rd round. You drafted yours in the 7th. Well, so I'm supposed to overpay because you're a moron? Well, good job. This guy was able to transition. This guy didn't get stuck in his ways and was able to move on and start a usable team. Top running backs here. 22nd best matchup for the Bengals. 12th best matchup for the Giants. We don't know if either starter is healthy. If this one's just Chase Brown and just Tyrone Tracy, I think they're both probably borderline top 12s. If all 4 are playing, I think they're all RB2s, 3s. There's some interesting players here, especially because where you got these guys, they're likely your flex options. So if it's just the 2 of them, I have it Chase Brown, then Tyrone Tracy. If it's all 4 of them, Zach Moss, Singletary, Brown, Tracy, like it's a lot messier with 4 of them, but I could see a scenario even with all 4 healthy where I could flex any of the 4. What do you guys think?
I'd be really surprised if Zach Moss plays this week. We'll see. But I think he's got the high ankle. If that's the case, that usually keeps him out a couple weeks. Chase Brown has looked so good and so electric. They need a pass blocker back there, but Chase Brown has looked great. I love Chase Brown this week. He's my RB21, and I think he can outperform that ranking as well. And Tyrone Tracy looked so good last week. You got to plug him in. Devin Singletary, even if he plays, is likely to be hobbled. Just check the reports and make sure they're not saying he's good to go, he's 100%, because if Singletary just steps back into that old role, then he's just going to totally, bump Tracy out. I don't know if you can put the genie back in the bottle, as they say with Tyrone Tracy, but the Giants might be able to try, so we'll see.
The way I see this trade, I prefer the Love side over Darnold. I prefer BTJ over Tank Dell. I prefer Gibbs over Najee, and I prefer Laporta over Johnston. So 3-1 for the Love side.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I want the Love side. You're getting Love, BCJ, Laporta. Like I'll be fine with that. I'll live with Najee. Probably not gonna end up starting him, but yeah, I think that's fine.
Yep.
Jesse, sorry, did you have anything to say about the running backs here?
Yeah, I'm with you. If they I can't talk for some reason. The injuries with Zach Moss seems like it's more likely he's going to miss the week. Deepak Trona on Twitter, who's an injury specialist, said Singletary is likely to come back, but he's going to be worse and injury risk is higher. So we'll see on that. Yeah, if Zach Moss is getting all the work by himself, he's top 12 back for me. Tyrone Tracy would be same spot. Like they give up a ton of rushing yards. The Bengals are what we call really bad at stopping the run. They're going to get shredded by the Giants in this game. So I like both of those guys. And even if they're both playing, I think you could flex both of them this week. So I don't mind if both Giants guys are playing. On the flip side, the Bengals is a little bit more iffy, but yeah, I expect Chase Brown to get a lot of work this week.
Wide receivers, 19th best matchup for the Bengals, 13th best matchup for the Giants. I have Chase the highest. Malik Neighbors is a close. They're probably same level. If he plays, I think he will. I can play T. Higgins and Wandale as a 2. Yoshivas, I guess, if I'm desperate. No interest in Jalen Hyatt. Houston Texans running back Joe Mixon has returned to full practice today. Sorry, what do you guys think here on the the wide receivers.
Someone who has not returned to full practice is Malik Neighbors. It came out just today. I'm not sure how long ago, but it was today that he remains in the same stage of concussion protocol per Fantasy Pros that he has
6 minutes
been
ago.
in. Yeah, that's not great.
Nope.
I have Jamar 5, Malik 6, but it's trending down for Neighbors. If Neighbors doesn't play, I'm firing Wandale up anyway. But if Neighbors doesn't play, Wandale will get a boost, a slight boost. Wandale on T, sure, why not?
I hadn't seen that, but if he's still in the same, he's out of my rankings now, Neighbors, because if he's still in the same state, he's not clearing concussion protocol for Sunday. So
yeah, it's more than likely. A lot of people expect him not to play this week, which sucks because he would absolutely smash in this matchup.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we've seen with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on the field, Jamar Chase is going back to like the super dominant alpha that we've seen before because Higgins takes away coverage because they have to focus on him. It makes it a lot easier. I'm gonna have Wandale as top 20 option. T. Higgins is borderline top 20. Jamar Chase is top 5 option. Like, and then if it's an injury, like I don't really trust anyone else on the passing attack. Like you could do Hyatt or one of those guys, but I'm just not gonna do it for Giants.
Close this game out with the tight ends. Gesicki, 21st best matchup. Theo Johnson, 4th best. I don't really want anything to do with these guys unless I'm absolutely desperate and like unless I have to like start Mark Andrews or something. Then maybe these guys. But what do you think?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, between Gesicki and Eric All, who's out there running routes, I mean, you just don't know what's going on. Mike Gesicki plays less than Eric All, but when he's out there, he's running all the routes and seeing looks as well. So it's really tricky between these two guys. The thing that I'm looking forward to, or I'm looking out for rather, is Theo Johnson. 5 catches on 5 targets last week, granted against Seattle, but for 48 yards against Cincinnati, another beatable matchup, as you can see. So if I'm desperate, I could see plugging in Theo Johnson.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm with you. Like Andrew Cooper was saying, Theo Johnson was blocking a good amount. He's like 25% of the pass plays. Last week, it was down to 5% of the pass plays. So like they are using him more in the passing game. And if you're on an option, like I'll fire him up. He's a top 16 option for me this week. The Gritty King, like you could do it with the Gritty King, but they're all splitting him and Eric All. Like it's kind of fun. But yeah.
I think T. Higgins was a buy low. I think that window's probably closed. Now he's a hold and sell high in a bit, but for now.